Today on Suncoast View, we'll preview the don't miss shows on stage here on the Suncoast this week. You can share the gift of our amazing arts organizations.
Keep your family and friends busy at Selby Gardens in both the day and night. We'll show you lights in bloom.
And a heartwarming international adoption story, as a familiar face on our show introduces us to his growing family. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, and welcome to senior producer Joey Panic. Fun to hang out with you on a holiday week.
Yes, it's nice, and you know, I'm still feeling like the joy from the holiday.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm glad you're feeling joy, but you know, that's the mother of 5 children and someone that probably got to kick back and have a few with their family this week.
And at one point I said, I think we need a little more excitement around the house. So maybe,
you should come over.
I'm lucky I'm not getting slapped for that.
Probably, yes. I'm ready for absolutely zero excitement. But we do like to share our holidays with you and with each other, because I have not seen Joey's holiday pictures, so I know you picked a couple to share.
Yes. So our tree, I had confessed that I did none of this work, but this was all Jerry.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. I will say thank you for him. So I actually just get to sit back and enjoy, supervise, and occasionally run to the store to get extra lights if we need. But, you know, I grew up in the North, and it is not a real tree. And there was a saying around our house as kids, artificial tree, artificial Christmas. So I said, we got to get another tree. So we ended up getting a second tree. This was a real tree. And we said this tree was for Lulu, for the dog.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so very Florida, I feel like. This is out on the lanai.
Perfect.
And it is the real tree, so if you want the smell of pine, this is supposed to have given it to us.
And you know what? I grew up with that northern theory as well, so we do have to have a real tree in my house. I did a horrible job photographing the beauty, because despite the chaos, there is always some of those happy, beautiful moments. So I don't have my beautiful tree picture, but I thought instead I would share with you what it is like to live in a world of teenage boys, because that is pretty much my life. This sums it up. That are my 2 oldest sons on the left. Ryan is my son, Drew is my bonus child. They're touching and fighting and generally messing around. The other 2 are attacking each other, and the little one is crying, and that is all, again, very, very typical, and my husband is just sitting there.
This is like the 5 stages of family Christmas. I feel like you can see each expression.
Yeah, I'm completely unfazed by it, because none of this bothers him at all. I'm sure I'm screaming somewhere, yelling, stop touching each other, look up, smile, have a nice picture. But yeah, so...
Kids, if you don't behave, I'm going to show this picture. That's what it is.
Yeah, I didn't tell him it was coming. So, and then of course we have to always recognize the princess of the household. I have a 17-year-old daughter that is forced to live with those 4 boys.
and she's smiling, so that's a win.
She is smiling, and it's hard to see with the way the lighting is, and I didn't do a good job changing the lighting for you, but there are 2 black dogs on her lap, and that of course are Wrigley, our adopted southeastern guide dog, and Big Brother Griffin, because that is how she finds her peace. And I am in none of these pictures because I looked terrible all weekend, and I probably had a wine glass in my hand.
From cooking, chasing around the kids, I think you probably just come back to work to relax.
You know what? I ran to work this morning. I will absolutely tell you that. I was thrilled. So it is good to be here with everybody. And I love this week after Christmas, because I think we can all take a little bit of a deep breath and both enjoy our family and friends, and also enjoy all the many things going on right here on the Suncoast, especially on stage.
Yes, we're so lucky with so many great arts organizations, and that a lot of these shows that we've talked about in the past, they're still running. So, you know, if you were here, it was a very blue Christmas here on the Suncoast, but it's for a good reason, because Elvis was at Florida Studio Theater's Cabaret Theater. And here's a look at the cast of Blue Suede Shoes with a musical treat from this 1950s rock and roll show.
So 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay off my blue suede shoes. Well, you can knock me down, step on my face, slandering my name all over the place. Do anything that you wanna do, but honey, lay off with them shoes. But don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Well, you can burn my house, steal my car, drink my liquor from my old fruit jar. Do anything that you wanna do, but honey, lay off of my shoes. But don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Well, it's a blue, blue, blue suede shoes on the blue, blue, blue suede shoes, baby. Blue, blue, blue suede shoes on the blue, blue, blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything with it off of my blue suede shoes. Oh, yeah! Blue, blue, blue suede shoes. 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 Well, you can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Lay off of my blue suede shoes.
I feel like a kid again. That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, Catherine, you must be very proud. This is Catherine Randazzo, who is the director of Blue Suede Shoes.
Yes.
How'd that make you feel?
Like I want to get up and dance and sing. And what a great way. Great way to
Yet
feel.
it's about a lot more than just Elvis.
Oh my gosh, yes. You know, the show takes us through not just the 50s, but we're talking about the influence of rock and roll on all genres of music and how all genres of music influenced rock and roll. So, you know, you don't have just that feeling. You've got rockabilly, you've got country, you've got rhythm and blues, you've got bluegrass. Wow. And in this show, you will see a touch of all of that. And what's really unique about this process is that, you know, you have this very diverse cast, which is fantastic. And they come from different eras and what music they know. And they're able to put their spin on what the sound is. And we took songs that were, you know, strictly rock and roll, but like Nigel would make it really cool rhythm and blues. Oh. So it's just a mashup of everything you can think of from that era.
And you say that's history. Well, to me, that's what I remember. When I was in high school, Elvis came out. He was awesome. We cried when we heard him. And then in the 60s, I was working, my husband was working, we went to Las Vegas and saw Elvis on stage. And he was there again, sort of a different kind of person, but he was awesome. Once again, I cried in a theater.
That's incredible.
See, history.
That is a memory that I can't imagine, you know, how many people have that memory. And to talk to somebody who had seen him live, I think has got to be a phenomenal experience.
There were a lot of us, and he was just amazing. Every minute he was on stage, he was entertaining.
Absolutely.
No
You
matter
must have
what
done a
was
lot
going
of
on in his
research.
real life.
Obviously, I mean, you know, we all are familiar with a lot of his big hits and everything. But what did you learn as you were preparing for the show about Elvis himself?
Well, it's great that you asked that question because you know, I love music, so I try to listen to every possible thing that I can. But in this case, I really wasn't the hugest of Elvis fans, but everybody around me has always been. And of course, I was born where he was just kind of being the older Elvis. So I wanted to go back and see what made Elvis who he was. And I did a lot of research on documentaries, and I looked at his older videos. And the quality that came forth for me was he would talk to his audience. He was a simple guy. He had humble beginnings, and he had no idea of his impact and his power on the audience.
Really?
No. So when he would deliver a song, I mean, it came from the heart. It didn't come from, you know, I have to show off. It came from, this is what I feel, and this is what I want to do. And if he could touch anybody through music, that was part of what he wanted to do.
Well, what made you take that story and say, I want to put this on stage?
Well, Rebecca Hopkins was the lead writer and developer on the show, along with Richard Hopkins, and she absolutely loved how the roots of music came from this era. And we have so many of our audience members that know all of this music. There isn't one song they don't. Right? And so it was the perfect show to put into the cabaret. And especially when you have performers that can play their own instruments like this group does. And not only do they play one instrument, they play 2, 3, 4 instruments. I mean,
Well, that piano was like an aerobic exercise watching him play. It was awesome.
It hasn't sounded like that before.
Our piano? Oh, yeah, no. If you can make our piano sound that good, you are
The
talented.
show's been open for a few weeks now. What has the audience reaction been?
unbelievable. I mean, tickets are flying, and people, all they say is, I can't believe it. I remember when I was on my first date and this song played, and we got married in this year, my husband and I, and this song played at our wedding, or we danced to this, or, I mean, just people want to get up and dance.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
But it's got to be good, because
Yeah.
those of us who have memories that go back then, we don't want you to ruin them. So they are so awesome. They are so great that it just makes you feel good.
That's right.
When you're in that theater.
It is. It's a feel good. It's exactly right, Linda. You want the audience to be a part of it. They're so close, and they're so close to the performers that they feel the energy, and they love it. They just absolutely love it.
I like to know that the music was really good back then.
It was.
So it makes me feel really good. We were pretty good. And of course,
You were really
everybody's
good.
yeah, me and Elvis.
Blue Suede Shoes is at Florida Studio Theater through April 1st. You can visit the website for tickets and showtimes.
Well, one of the crown jewels of the Suncoast Theater season is the award-winning musical Evita at Oslo Repertory Theater, and this is its final week.
That's right. Tickets are going fast. Here is Justin Gregory Lopez as Che singing High Flying Adored.
Flying adored, so young, the innocent queen, a rich, beautiful thing of all the talents, a cross between a fantasy of the bedroom and a saint. And you were just a backstreet girl, hustling and fighting, scratching and biting, high flying adored. Did you believe in your wildest moment all this would be yours, that you'd become the lady of them all? Were there stars in your eyes when you crawled in at night? From the bars, from the sidewalk, from the gutter theatrical. Don't look down, it's a long, long way to fall. High flying adored, what happens now? Where do you go from here? For someone on top of the world, the view is not exactly clear. A shame you did it all at 26. There are no mysteries now. Nothing can thrill you, no one fulfill you. High flying adored, I hope you come to terms with boredom. So famous, so easily, so soon is not the wisest thing to be. You won't care if they love you, it's been done before. You'll despair if they hate you, you'll be drained of all energy. And all the young who've made it would agree.
I get the chills hearing that. The talent on stage for Evita is amazing with all the singers and dancers.
Yes, and one of the many highlights of this production is the tango dancing from world-renowned dance professionals Junior Servila and Guadalupe Garcia. And they were kind, and I should say patient enough, to treat our host to a dance lesson. Let's take a look.
So what are the steps we should be learning?
Okay, let's be like this.
Will you dance with
Leaders
me?
this side.
Yes, of course.
Leaders this
This
side.
side, yeah.
We're gonna start going side, front, side together. So it's 1, 2,
Oh, Lord.
3, and 4.
Two
Let's do it
steps.
again. Let's go back.
Yeah.
So easier to remember if you count like this. Look, T, A, N, G, O. Let's go. T, A, N, G, O. One more. 1,
A,
N, G, O. Pose.
Got it.
Boom.
Oh, oh yes.
That was pretty good.
Why does she look different than me when she does that? I don't get it.
Come here.
great.
Go with me.
Yes.
Go with me.
Yes.
Let's go. T, A, N, G, O.
Look at you, Linda. Honey, yeah, you got it. That was
There's
awesome.
still something back there that looked different.
That was
All right,
awesome. That
there's
was
another
great.
step that you guys have for us, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it one more time.
Yeah. So let's
Oh,
do
we're going to do it again?
again.
Okay.
Yeah. Test
Come on,
goes
so
this
we
way.
do it this way.
So N, T, A, N, G, O. T, A, and G, step, and
I know. No. I'm sorry. Well, we want to actually see how this really looks, because I'm sure that, you know, our version of it is not as great as the real thing. So would you just show us what it should really look like?
Sure.
I see the love already.
One of my favorite moments. Evita is at the Oslo through December 30th, and very, very limited, if any, seats available, so you're going to want to call the box office. So at Florida Studio Theater, you can see a Tony Award-winning musical and a heartwarming love story.
This is one of my favorites. Here is the song Falling Slowly from the cast of Once.
I don't know you, but I want you all the more for that. Words fall through me, and always fool me, and I can't react. Well, you have suffered enough and warred with yourself. It's time that you won. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You've made it now. Falling slowly, sing your melody. I'll sing it loud. 2, 3, 4.
Once has been so popular that it has been extended at Florida Studio Theater through January 7th. You can check their website for tickets.
And you shed a tear during
Yes,
that
I
show, and
did.
that says a lot about its impact, so I can't wait to see it. So we're going to take a look at our happy hour forecast and then a heartwarming international adoption story. Stay with us.
How you doing there? Thanks, Stephanie. We had a little confusion here. We've got a little cloud cover over us right now, nothing much to speak of. We do have some scattered showers across the area too, but mainly in southern parts of our viewing area. And they're really showing up on radar as not much, with a few scattered clouds. But look down to the south county of Sarasota and down toward the Everglades. There's some scattered showers there. And our future radar takes those showers away from us, thins them out overnight. But look at the fog form in interior areas, but also look what happens right after dawn. The sky's clear and another beautiful day. We have another day or two of above normal temperatures coming up. If you're heading out tonight, look for temperatures to cool off into the 60s through the evening hours. There's nothing better than walking the streets of the Suncoast, dining, doing whatever you want with temperatures like this. But things will be changing, and we'll tell you more about those changes coming up on ABC 7 News at 5, 6, and 7.
One of our favorite Suncoast realtors takes us inside amazing homes as part of our Suncoast for Sale segments every week.
However, he has some pretty amazing things happening inside his own home.
Andrew Haddad recently experienced an international adoption, and he is here to tell us about it and introduce us to his princess, Emily. And we need to say happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And to Emily.
That's right.
She just turned 1 year old.
Just turned 1 year old, I know.
How exciting.
Absolutely.
So let's back up a year,
Sure.
probably even a year plus.
Yes.
And tell us what made you consider international adoption.
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, when you make that decision to go the adoption route, there's just such a slew of information out there. Just as you can imagine on Google, like international versus, you know, national and all of this.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for my wife and I, it was more of a personal decision. You know, in Japan, which we were introduced to some friends who had a great program they went through, they had success, because that's one of the biggest things we fear is all these horror stories that you hear. Yet they had success, they referred us into this program, and she was an orphan that we went over there, and we got her at 3 weeks old.
Oh,
and
that's
so
amazing.
it was just incredible. And from a timing standpoint, you wouldn't even believe this. I think it was August when we're like, okay, 100% committed, and then we were over there January 7th.
Oh, wow.
It moved fast, which is actually opposite of the norm, where sometimes it could be a year, 2 years, or, you know, you've heard longer stories.
So I learned that it's so different country to country.
Yep.
Had a friend this weekend that just taught me about Hong Kong.
Sure.
They don't release their children until age 2.
Yep.
So it's very different. If someone is interested but not sure what to do first, what's your recommendation?
Gosh, that's a good question. You know, and that's the thing. I'm always going to go with the referral. If you know some friends or family that have been through the process, ask the questions. Now that we've been through the process, we love to be able to help or assist with questions. You're so right, though. From country to country, it is completely different. And so, like in Russia or China, like they'll open up countries and then they'll close countries, meaning they won't allow any adoptions for a temporary period.
Right.
So you could be on a waiting list and then, you know, get the call that, hey, our country is closed. So there's a lot of different things to consider.
Tell us about your experience of going
Yeah.
overseas to Tokyo. I mean, that itself is an experience.
It was.
And then you came home with a baby.
That's right, I know. So this is actually pictures from our hotel room. And of course, since she was 3 weeks old, so we were in the hotel room a lot. And we had a beautiful view out to Tokyo right there. This was the orphanage right here where she was. Emily was an orphan. So her mother was unwed, and her father, unfortunately, was not living.
Right.
So she was considered classified an orphan, which allowed us as Americans to be able to adopt her. Otherwise, we would not be able to adopt a baby from Japan if she wasn't an orphan.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
So,
And right away, so that you were able to have a newborn. I mean, having that
Absolutely.
newborn experience.
and that was important to us as well. We really wanted to have the newborn experience. It's been an incredible year this year, and we just love it.
Is it rare to be able to get your new child at 3 weeks old, that young?
I would say yes. I would say yes. We opened up the parameters, so we didn't, boy or girl, it didn't matter. We did want a younger age, yet it narrows your window of opportunity for babies. So.
And where are you in the
thinking about
process
that.
now? Has the adoption been finalized?
Sure. Okay, so that's a great question. So we were so busy getting everything ready, and then we did the adoption, and then to come back and we're like, all right, we did it. So we had to go in front of the courthouse and do the judge. So
okay,
we've
I
done
didn't know
that. So it is officially finalized as of right
congrats.
now. We are still waiting. I was up in Tampa at immigration last week. We're still waiting for her Social Security card and all the other kind of stuff. So there's still some other processes in place. But yeah, my recommendation, or if I could say anything to anybody, if this is a dream or a calling for you, don't let anything stand in your way. Because there are resources out there, there's people out there that have been through it, and it is possible.
And is there a need there?
There is a need. I think there's a need both in our country and throughout the world. And the crazy thing is there are so many families like ours that we wanted to adopt. We were called to adopt a baby, and we did it. Yes, there's a lot of things, a lot of obstacles, a lot of hoops you have to go through.
And it's like a dating game. There's
Just
parents that want babies, and there's babies that need parents. So tell us real quick about your home life. This is your first holiday season.
Oh, there you go. Welcome to baby life.
Oh, Dad, ready to go. All right, A+ for Andrew as a dad. Picking out a Kleenex and me. Oh, I was so proud of him. That was so fun to see him in that light. Andrew, of course, will continue to bring us great homes in 2018 and Suncoast for sale.
Yes, and we will be bringing you to Selby Gardens after dark for Lights in Bloom. We'll be right back.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye. And over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Well, Selby Gardens is one of our Suncoast gems, and this week you can take your family and visitors there during the day, but also at night.
That's right. The gardens are open in the evenings this week for the 14th year of Lights in Bloom, and Linda Carson took a field trip there.
3, 2, 1.
What is the theme of Lights in Bloom this year?
Lights in Bloom is all about the tropics. We're here in Florida. We might as well celebrate that it's warm. We're not going to be in an alpine village, so we're here in a tropical winter wonderland. Some of the favorite things people love are the butterflies. We have 32 butterflies that are in the air. We have the Florida reindeer, which are our flamingos with antlers.
Last year we had a few in our display, and they were such a hit that we made a whole flock for the community to enjoy.
It is so beautiful around here, but this doesn't just happen. Who makes this happen?
We have a lot of volunteers, and we also work with a wonderful company called Affairs in the Air, and they begin planning in July for this, and setup actually begins just after Halloween.
I don't think you do this like I do at home. You just start putting them up and see what happens. Do you start on a drawing board?
We actually come up with the ideas for all of this together. We have a really great team of 11 people, and my husband is the leader. And when he just kind of comes up with ideas, he starts drawing, and we figure out how many weeks it's going to take us. So we started 6 weeks ago and got everything up. It's definitely not like decorating your house.
What was the hardest one to make?
I would have to say the caterpillar.
You walk through the caterpillar?
Yes, you do. He's 80 feet long, and he actually has his eyes and tentacles on both sides.
I love coming out here because the kids can let go and run around and yell and be themselves.
Well, and it's not just the kids, it's the parents too. It is fun, it's a relaxing evening, it's very festive.
And there's food and drink and festive music, and it's just really a terrific way to celebrate the holidays with your family.
And of course, there'll be lights in bloom going all week through December 30th, so you get a chance to head out with your family.
And coming up next, we have a very unusual exercise with goats, which are now on trend.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
What if you had a medical emergency away from home?
My chest hurts. I can't breathe.
What you need is Mobile Help, America's premier mobile medical alert system. Most systems only work at home, but with Mobile Help, you get help outside the home with coverage nationwide on one of the largest cellular networks at the press of a button. Call the number on your screen for a free full-color brochure. We'll send you everything you need, including this base station, the patented mobile device, and the waterproof pendant and wrist button. You can also add the fall button that automatically detects falls and signals help. Call today and receive a risk-free 30-day trial. There is no equipment to buy and no long-term contract. For a limited time, you will also receive a free emergency key box with your plan purchase. Remember, Mobile Help keeps you safe coast to coast.
Call 1-800-916-8638. That's 1-800-916-8638.
Welcome back. We're taking a look at some of our favorite moments in between the holidays. And as senior producer, I admit that I really enjoy finding creative segments and getting the ladies to do things that maybe they've never done before.
Okay, that's his polite way of saying he likes to make us look silly on TV. And goat yoga sounds very silly, but it is oddly enjoyable. Take a look.
Many of you know that I have this thing about goats. I can't complain too much. It got me on national TV, all because one goat obviously did not like me. Let's take a look. Eat my pants. Ah! And now, would you believe, oh, at least they didn't poop in the straw that I fell on. So there was a lot to be grateful for in that. And at that point, I could pop right back up. Well, guess what? There is a new trend called goat yoga. You can imagine my concern when I heard we were going to have a studio full of goats. But I feel a little bit safer because we have got Krista Leonard and Alina Hall from Geraldson Community Farm to teach us goat yoga. Christina, Krista, why would people, well, I get excited when I'm around goats. I really want to run right now, but I'm holding myself steady. So why in the world would people want to yoga with goats?
Why not? I mean, I don't really have like a set answer for that. I mean, look at them.
Does anyone see that one just peed? I'm just wanting to point that out.
Happens a lot. We have we call it the kitty litter brigade. That
don't eat my pants.
Follows behind and cleans up after them. Yeah, people have just been really into it. It's been kind of a fad that's going around the United States right now, and so we have the opportunity to do it. So why not?
Can you teach these ladies? I'll stand right here and hold my position.
Alina can. I'm not a yogi. So.
Okay, let's go, Alina.
All right, so the trick is trying to stay focused on the yoga, but you have all these adorable goats
Linda, don't step in the puddle.
Yes. He's standing here eating my pants, I swear it.
No, he's peeing by your pants.
Okay, let's get these ladies moving.
So we'll start in a mountain pose, a Tadasana, with our feet apart and our hands open. Beautiful. And then take a deep breath in and reach up to the sky. And exhale will come all the way down into a forward fold.
Oh, there you go.
Right,
there the goats.
There's therapy right there. And find your downward facing dog pose or downward goat
facing
pose.
goat, because Stephanie's hair is getting mixed up with that goat's tail. That's all right. He's already gone to the bathroom.
So you just try your best to breathe and stay relaxed while you have all these adorable goats giving you kisses and cuddles. And let's just take it down to a child's pose. So we'll drop the knees down to the mat and sink the hips back to the heels and just bring your head down to your mat and just relax.
The goats are a little confused here. What are they doing on the floor? How old are these goats?
They were just born. This one actually right here was born last night at midnight, and then I think these are about a week old, not even maybe. They get really big really fast, so when we can do this class when they're really babies, that's the best part. So
they get to like people?
And yogis, yes, it's very sweet.
Yeah, we have a class coming up on December 10th, so that it'll be all the babies, and I'm assuming she will have more. And so that's like the prime time.
Oh, he's backing up to you, Stephanie. I think they may be frozen here. Yeah, here we go.
There we go. So now we'll just get on your mat and your hands under your shoulders.
Oh, they're very curious about what's going on. I took one out. Now, this is a trend all across the country.
All over the country, and I find that a lot of people don't have pets, dogs or cats, and so coming to the farm and learning about growing organic food and getting to meet the animals that make our food, it's just a really great way to connect to nature again. Yeah.
I'm getting nervous. There's a goat behind me and he's pushing. Fortunately, he only weighs 2 pounds. So.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to hurt you.
So this happens on a farm.
Yeah, we have a organic 20-acre farm out in Northwest Bradenton.
1 foot forward.
And so we have a really big, beautiful barn that we close the doors to and have like Y gates or X gates, sorry, that we bring the goats in. So we actually partner with Yoker's Wild hatchery and dairy goats. And so the cool thing about this program at our farm is that we're very community centric and we work out to help other people, but this is a farmer to farmer program. So this actually pays for her feed. So we split the proceeds. So it's a nonprofit that's doing a fundraiser.
Oh, great.
So it actually pays for her feed for all of her goats.
Well, you brought baby bottles for us to feed them today.
I did, yes.
So we're going to get to have a reward, girls, for all of this hard work. We get to feed them with baby bottles. How long do baby goats drink from baby bottles?
I didn't know that was a reward.
You don't really like baby goats? Oh, look at this when he's leaving. No, come back, come back.
There's a guy.
Oh, how cute. Oh. Does this hurt the goats in any way, Krista?
No, not at all. She asked, does it hurt the goats?
No, they love it. They actually get out of the truck. So this is the baby one. They actually get out of the truck when they get to the farm, and they know the drill. So they just hop out. They go to the bathroom like a good dog, and once they've done that, they know to run right into the barn because there's going to be food there. And
They don't wanna
they're
come
like
with me.
super
I wanna
into
make
it.
this guy eat.
So look out, you're going to fall.
I'm gonna have to hold the goat. I'm like,
Can I feed it? Can I feed the goat?
Yes.
Oh, come on. Here we go. How about you?
Okay, so
this
the
one
key
likes
is that you're
me.
just going to hold
Come
their
here,
head
come
up
here,
like
come here,
that,
come here,
and
come
just
here.
hold the
Here you
bottle
go.
like this.
Here you go. You're the smart one, aren't you?
This is how I ended up with 5
Hold this
kids.
Oh.
Just like this.
Maybe you should have gotten goats. Oh, look, I've got 2 of them. We've made our peace.
No,
finally,
you're
peace with
not
goats.
hungry. If you hold it up, Linda, like this, it'll come out better, like straight up.
Thanks,
There you
Krista.
There's a mix of goat milk and urine all over the stage. I just want to point that
How
out.
it is it's really good for your
It's not
skin.
bothering the goats.
So it's not
Here you
going to
go.
hurt you.
But Beth is never going to eat here again.
Here you go. Here you go.
Well, they're
So at the
temperament is
classes, we
amazing.
actually do this. So
Here, you have some.
This is a great reward. Their
Oh, it
temperament
is.
wonderful.
I have made my peace with goats. I love goats again. Thank you so much, little guys. It's at
Thank you guys for
Geraldson
having
Community
us.
Farm. And you better call now if you want to get reservations for the yoga because
Facebook.
those places fill up fast.
Oh, you can try this. I'm telling you, it is so much fun. And who doesn't love baby goats? Go to the Geraldson Community Farm website for more information.
And coming up next, a craft with alcohol, but it's not the kind that we drink. We'll be right back.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC7, weekdays starting at 5.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On Group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these other injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On Group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-604-1698. That's 800-604-1698.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. New healthy habits may be on your list of New Year's resolutions, but sticking to them may be challenging. How to get committed and stay consistent with your new goals. Plus, how those holiday gifts that you plan on returning have a good chance of ending up in a landfill. Now let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Steve Newman.
Hi, Jacqueline. If you've liked today's weather, you've got 2 more like it, 2 more warm days, and then everything is just going to change little by little as we move into the weekend, and that big change about the beginning of the new year. We've had some scattered clouds over the area today, and some of those clouds are producing some scattered showers that we can see on radar, but they're dissipating and moving away from the Suncoast. Other than that, we should have a pretty decent evening. I'll tell you about all those changes coming up on our temperature and the whole nation's bitter freeze coming up on our newscast.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
This is called The Greatest Little Show on Earth, but the acrobatics and skills are anything but little at Sailor Circus.
Yes, and it is always great to see our circus heritage alive and well with the next generation.
And of course, the high-flying Circus Holidays by Sailor Circus runs December 27th through the 30th. Go see those kids. You'll be amazed at the talent.
And you can go to the Circus Arts website for details. We'll be right back.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Attention blood thinner users. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Well, this is a great time of year to take classes, either by yourself or with the family. And one thing that we love to do on the show is learn new art lessons. So Ace Sarasota was recently here. Instructor Mary Haller taught us a brand new way to paint. Let's take a look.
Be here.
So when I've heard, when we hear about painting and alcohol, it's usually one of those sip and create things where you're drinking wine and painting. But this is actually using alcohol and ink. How does it work?
Correct. Alcohol ink is a relatively new medium, and it has dyes which are suspended in an alcohol-based solution. So the beautiful thing about these inks, the colors are very vibrant. They move quickly, but they dry quickly. So students who learn to paint get a chance to learn how to dance with the paint, letting the inks move, yet staying true to their composition.
I love that phrase, we dance with the ink. So does the alcohol preserve it in a way, the color?
The color is very vibrant, yes. It does help make the color stay very colorful.
Wow, all right, so you've brought what we are going to aspire to. So we're looking at this beautiful painting on a tile.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
I do too.
So we're gonna start with, the first step is with Sheba down on the end.
Okay, and Sheba's going to be painting our sky. So today Sheba's going to take one of the alcohol inks, sky blue, that's fine.
Okay.
And she's going to draw a line at the top of this thing, just a very thin line, that's fine. And she's going to dip her brush in alcohol, then wick it off,
and then she's going to drag that color across, making the colors more intense near the top and then lighter as it goes near the horizon line. She's going to do that and then hold it up, and she's got another step.
So is there alcohol in the ink, and you're also
Correct.
dipping it in additional
Correct,
alcohol?
and it's 91. This is not drinking alcohol.
No, no.
It's 91%
God,
alcohol.
no.
Great. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a second, and then we're going to let, if you want to hold that up, and then we'll go to Linda, and then we'll come back to Sheba.
Okay.
So for you, Linda, we're going to have you paint with the bottle of ink directly on this tile.
Okay, just
And,
like your line.
We're going to have you do a wavy line at the bottom,
Okay,
correct?
this is like the beach.
It is like the beach. We're doing a shore, and now
Okay.
you'll do the same thing. Dip your brush into the alcohol.
Brush into alcohol,
And then you'll
wick it
take,
off.
wick it off,
and
then you'll drag it, and you're trying to make it get lighter as it gets to the horizon line also, because that's one of the impressionistic techniques to give the illusion, the impression of distance.
So this is what one of the almost finished products look like. I still have not done the palm fronds, so I don't know, I'm saving that for 2018.
Absolutely. And you know what? What a great idea to be able to pick up some of these new skills, fun classes. No reason not to be busy here on the Suncoast. You can check out the ACE Sarasota website and find out about many, many different class offerings they have throughout the year.
Absolutely. And when we come back, we're going to check on something else happening with the Sailor Circus.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye. And over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A new study shows how sitting can affect your cardiac muscles, why sitting for long periods of time on a regular basis may be bad for your heart. And taking a quick look at your first alert traffic, right now there are delays on the Ringling Bridge, but other than that, the roads are looking clear. Well, let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Steve Newman.
Jacqueline, what a great holiday season we've had. It got a little bit cooler for one day, and now we've had another warm day. If you like that, there are 2 more ahead, and then some major changes are going to go on. Over the weekend and the early part of next week, we're going to get the bottom end of a really cold Arctic blast that's going to just deep chill the north. We'll tell you more about that and how cool our weather will be getting over the weekend coming up on ABC 7 News at 5, 6, and 7. I hope you'll tune in.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night, or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night, and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here. Because
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking an experienced broadcast engineer to provide technical support for all broadcast equipment. TV broadcast background required. Visit mysuncoast.com/job-of-the-day to apply.
Of course, the next big holiday is New Year's Eve coming up this weekend. So we are going to check in with Harry's Continental Kitchens to find out about their plans.
And Chef Hal from Harry's is in our kitchen to show us how you get ready for Christmas. We want some tips here, Hal, so tell us how to do it.
Well, we call Harry's and we place our order. And we
I'm in.
That's
Christmas
my
Eve
kind
and
of
you stick it in the oven and dinner's done.
But for
Great
those who
idea.
want to create, you can show us how to create a fairly easy dish.
This is, you can do it for Christmas. We actually, my dad made this for Thanksgiving along with some grilled steak and stuff like that. So steak and lobster is our traditional holiday meal, being from Florida. We eat enough turkey
I like your
year-round.
family.
So this is actually going to be on our New Year's Eve prefix. It's going to run all weekend long. We're going to get it started here. It's a baked lobster Florentine.
Wow.
So we're going to poach the lobster meat first in butter.
Just a little butter.
Just a little butter. We're doing a quarter of the recipe that we have here. We add a little bit of shallots, about 1/8 of a teaspoon.
I got it.
A little bit of garlic in there. We're going to add a little bit of white wine in there. We're going to add a little bit of lemon juice in there.
When you cook, do you have it all set out like this and all measured?
No, never.
Oh!
It makes it so nice.
So this is kind of your little poaching liquid. You're going to simmer this. It's a little warm here because we're working in a hurry. Then we're going to add our lobster. I've taken an 8-ounce lobster tail and I've halved it and then quartered it. So basically we're gonna cook this down really quick. We're going to make the lobster flavor is going to go into that butter.
So I'm going to buy it in a tail, right? And then take it out and
like
cut.
That one.
Okay.
I've showed you how to slice them in half before, and then you just pull it out of the shell, and then you can cut it into how many little pieces you want.
Okay.
So once you get this lobster meat poaching, I would cook these about 3 minutes, okay?
3 minutes?
About 3 minutes. You only want to cook them about halfway, because that's how you keep the lobster tender. You don't overcook it. So and then this is going to be finished in the oven. So I'm going to take them out a little early here.
Okay.
The time restraints we have.
Okay.
And then this butter, lobster, wine, lemon, awesome sauce you have right here. This is where we're going to cook our greens in. So we've got our fresh baby arugula.
So it's not wasted.
We've got our fresh baby spinach.
Okay, this is amazing. What a concept.
We're going to add a little bit of heavy cream to it, maybe about 1 ounce, okay?
1 ounce
That's
of heavy
what
cream.
We won't feel bad about
that. A little bit of fresh thyme to it. A little bit of salt and pepper to that. We'll bring that down a little bit. And this stuff cooks. I mean, it looks like a ton of greens here, right? Like if that's a salad, it's like, I could never finish that salad. That's way too much greens. But honestly, with spinach and arugula and kale or anything you're going to cook, it cooks down to almost nothing in no time. So this is actually a portion for one. But once you see it's done, you're going to be like, wow, I could have added more greens.
So it's going to be very healthy.
I was just going to say, think of all the veggies we're getting.
Just a little bit of butter and cream in there, but it's really healthy.
It just helps it go down.
When it gets about halfway like this, I'll add a little bit of Parmesan cheese to this mixture. It's going to help thicken it up and give it a little bit more flavor, okay?
I love it.
So once we have it cooked down, about to here, see how the sauce is starting to thicken a little bit?
Yeah.
We've got our casserole dish. We are going to transfer this whole thing. See, I mean, it's like, oh my God, that's like barely enough for my, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to transfer that into our casserole dish. All that sauce, all that garlic, all that butter, it's all in there. So it's like almost a one-pan dish. So boom. Like that. Let's turn this off so when it gets burnt. We're going to take the lobster meat that we had cooked halfway. We're going to arrange it. I like to put it with the the shell side up. It's got a little bit of that pinkish on it.
Yeah.
Lets you give the dish a little more color than just having white.
Got it.
From there, I've got some ciabatta bread that I've cubed. And we're going to kind of just sprinkle these around.
So kind of croutons.
Like little croutons. They're soft though. I didn't really dry them out because I want them to really soak in the sauce and soak in the flavor. Then we got fresh mozzarella cheese that we've cubed about the same size
this sounds good.
as the bread.
Had me at mozzarella.
And we sprinkle that all around there. And we take the rest of the Parmesan and we go off the top of that.
Is this for one person?
This is one person, yeah.
I was gonna say,
It's
yeah,
one lobster tail.
To prepare individually, even if you had a smaller ramekin.
You can put, then this goes in the oven, 13 minutes in the oven.
Magic of TV.
You pull the finished one out. And it's going to look just, you might have to finish it under the broiler for a second to give it a little more color, a little more brown on that.
Thank you. Sorry about the rest of you.
Well, we have
I'm sure we can eat this with a spoon.
You can eat it with a spoon. We'll cut these up a little more, so I don't want you putting too much lobster in your mouth.
No, that'd be awful.
That looks absolutely amazing. And this is part of the New Year's weekend menu at Harry's Continental Kitchens. They're doing Christmas. And of course, you're going to want to get reservations for that. We were just staring longingly at it because it looks so great.
Yes, all right, so join us all week where we'll be wrapping up this year and getting you ready for next year.